Yo, what up? I wanted to show y'all a tea I be making. One of the many teas I be making, herbal teas, is good for your lungs, for smokers, right? You smoke a lot of weed, cigarettes. This tea will help clear your lungs, get your lungs right. A lot of the tar and stuff, it'll pull it down and detoxify it. It's called Mullin. You want to get that, and it does so many ear infections and things of that nature. I'll post a link to somebody that can, you know what I'm saying, put you on, because I'm not going to go through all the details. I'm going to make this quick. And my cousin, he's crazy, but you know what I'm saying, he be cracking jokes, call me Brother Ty and Tika Sister Sabi, because we both be in the kitchen hooking up herbal teas. You know what I'm saying, if you need to flush your system, weight loss, the whole 9 yards. So he be cracking jokes, he be having me dying. And I just wanted that, he was on my mind when I'm doing this. But I wanted to show y'all how to make a tea to detox your lungs and your kidney and the body. Because those of us that drink, heavy drinkers, you need to be flushing that liver and them kidneys out. You need to be flushing it. So what I'm going to do is add the Mullin. It looks sort of like this. See if y'all can see it. Turn this camera without it flying everywhere. Right there with the camera at. Boom. Back up some. This is Mullin. This is excellent for your lungs. Matter of fact, even if you're not a smoker, let's say you an athlete, you exercise, it's still good for that. Help purify the little hairs in your lungs that be catching all that nonsense you be breathing in, the heavy metals. That Mullin will pull it out. Okay. For my liver, I'm gonna add dandelion. Freshly dried dandelion. Go take it back. Now there's two ways you can do it. You can put it in a pot and strain it, or you can just have a strainer on a cup like mine and strain it that way. And at the end, I'm gonna add spirulina. Okay, let me show you what that looks like. This is a green substance, kind of. This is the one I got like a. To me, it got like a almost not a fish, yeah, like a sea kind of taste, odor. It's kind of hard, it's really hard to describe. You just got to get it. What it do is anti-cancer properties. It is a dream enhancer. It also, see, I smell it now. It reminds me of the ocean. It also pulls all the toxins and the heavy metals out the body. So this is something I was taking daily. I'm gonna get back into it. And it's just it's plant protein. Smell like seaweed to me in a way. All right, but okay, so that's what I'm doing today, this morning. Trying to think, was there anything else I wanted to add to the tea? I could add, just to improve my vision, I could add elderberry. Let's see if you got bad vision. And what I should recommend is you find a good person, person that sells fresh, because people be selling poor products. So you want to make sure your vendor is they official. And that's how the elderberry look. Got it? Yeah, so I can add this. And this is, and these teas, like, you take it for, me personally, I may do it for 2 weeks, the same teas. A lot of times I'll switch it up. But if I want to really clean out a certain part of my body, improve a certain part of my body, at least 7 days on elderberries or jasmine. Let me show you what jasmine look like. Jasmine. This is for weight loss, diabetes, for your heart. And if you are stressed, get you some jasmine. You got people selling herbs, but they're not of good quality. You want to make sure the quality is everything, regardless of the price. Because you want your herbs to be effective. You want it to work and cure whatever ailments you got going through. If you can't even sleep, you can get some valerian root. No lie. If you a person struggling with Xanax and them type of pills, get you some valerian root and use it responsibly because it is like Xanax. It's a herb that will give you that Xanax feeling, but if you use it wisely, you can detox yourself off of the Xanax and get the metals and all that psychotic meds out your life. Okay, so valerian root for those that are struggling with the depression pills and all that nonsense. Okay, did I show y'all the jasmine? Boom. There we go. Hope you see, and just make sure your vendor has good quality. You know it's tested. You know it's good. Yeah, but it's also good for, you know what, I'm gonna put some jasmine in mine too. For real, I'm gonna put some jasmine in mine. We're gonna add a little weight loss to it, why not? So, this is what I'm going to do. Matter of fact, I'm gonna steep it all down in a pot together. And then I'm going to strain it, all right? Get that out of here. Boom, let me bring this down a little bit. Bring this over here. Let me put this jasmine in my hand over there. Let's see if y'all can see me. Okay, bam. Get this thing lit. Smell of that gas. Put this water on, bam. Enough for a cup. I'm just making a cup now. If I was making me and my wife some, then it'll probably be more than this bottle, but that's about it. I want my herbs to be potent and kick in. All right, so here you go. I'm gonna add the dandelion right in the water. Bam. And what is it? I forgot the teaspoon for every 3 ounces or something like that. I'll get the exact measurements for y'all next time, but I just do a pinch. Probably to a half a bottle, because like I said, I want mine potent and I feel the difference. If it's for energy, I'm up, I'm going. Some people feel like, oh, I lost sleep. What I said I was like, oh, jasmine. But with this type of energy, herbal energy, you'll be up thinking, reading, doing stuff. It ain't like a miserable, I can't sleep kind of feeling. No. So we're gonna mix all of that. We got the dandelion, we got the Mullin, the spirulina last, and the elderberry. Think I might add a little senna. Now senna will flush you out. You want a good natural flushing? Get you some senna leaf. It will flush you, and I recommend, if you a heavy meat eater, steak eater, you want to lose a little bit more. Be prepared, drink a lot of water, and let that thing kick in. If you don't have a bowel movement with senna, you need to go to the emergency room. Straight up. So I'm just gonna add a pinch of that. Wow. And after it clean you out, your system is flush. It serves as a appetite suppressant. Once you flushed out good and you put the right nutrients back in your body, the senna is just it curbs your appetite. So that's what that's about, and we can go on and on. So I'm gonna make another tea another time, but we're gonna stick to this one right here. Okay, now I need something to stir that up a little bit. I got all these new things in here. I haven't even broke open. Let me just plastic spoon, stir this up a little bit. Bada boom. And I got other, oh yeah, I dumped it out, so y'all ain't even gonna see that. But that's cool. Let me get a cup. A gold cup. You know what else suppress and cleans your liver out too? You can squeeze over in there a little lime juice. Take a fresh lime, and it also cleanses your face and think of, like, I don't know what a lime look like, but get a lime, squeeze it over. I'm not, but you can. Sometimes I eat the lime raw for the natural healing properties and the vitamins and minerals that's in lime. So I'm gonna bring that to a boil, right? But as it boils, see it's starting to boil, I'm gonna turn it down. This is a boil, and just let it sort of like steep a little bit. And then bang. So yeah, this is what we doing. Boom, 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 let that boil up for a few. Simmer up, and then we in there. So, yeah, it's a nice lengthy video. This will be uploaded to my YouTube channel, Mullin. Yeah, it serves so many great medicinal properties. Is wonderful. And I'm not gonna go through it. Like I said, I'm gonna cut to the video and check it out.
I want to talk a little bit more about the flowers, because that's part of the reason I'm here, is to pick all of these flowers. Now I can pick all these little ones coming down, but I'm also going to pick these daily. Now why am I here to pick the flowers? Because they come so sporadically, I have to come back every couple of days and pick them. What am I going to do with these flowers? Well, the main thing is I'm going to make an ear oil, and I brought a little sample. This is the one I've been working on right now, and this is a Mullin oil. I'm just macerating this in olive oil for a few weeks probably, and I'll keep adding to this oil until it's full, and I'll make another jar out of this one. So today I'm just gonna harvest the flowers in here. I'm gonna wilt them down for a day and then put them in the olive oil. The reason I'm wilting them is because I don't want any of the moisture from the flowers to make the oil go rancid. Now this oil has so many health benefits. The main claim to fame for Mullin oil is ear infection. It's one of the best oils for using for an ear infection. Now commonly this is mixed with a little bit of garlic oil, because that's also another one great for ear infection. But of course a lot of people have heard about garlic and botulism, and so they're wary of using the garlic oil. What I usually suggest is make your Mullin oil and then take fresh garlic and simmer it in a bit of Mullin oil, and that can make a great ear oil. Just do that fresh as it is, or use a garlic powder and you'll have no problem with your garlic oil. The other herb that I like to add to this is St. John's wort. We're gonna use the Mullin and the St. John's wort to make ourselves a little ear oil. The flowers here have some antiseptic and anti-inflammatory and anti-analgesic properties, which means they're helpful for pain and they're helpful for the inflammation, and so they're also helpful for any kind of microbial type bacteria that's in the ear. Now if we're using this as an ear oil, it's really important to make sure the ear's not been punctured, because this isn't really for a puncture wounded ear, it's for that kind of ear infection or that throbbing and that pain. Now, there's a couple of different ways it works. It also can work with TMJ, or that like tightened joint here. And it's really specific if somebody's having regular ear infections, usually due to dairy or wheat allergies or some of these kinds of allergies. And this is a common thing. If you're getting regular ear infections, look at the diet, because often it's a signal that there's something off in the diet. Mullin's a great one. What we can do is we can drop a couple of droppers in the ear, and we're gonna do light lymphatic tapping, where we're just lightly lymphatically tapping, help stretch the earlobe down and drain the ear a little bit. Whenever we have a plant that's in flower, the flower is where the energy of the plant is. And so in this case, the majority of the energy of this plant is going into the flower right now. So it's ideal, opportune time to work with the flower medicine. And what I really like about Mullin flowers is they're just so precious and small and beautiful to work with. There's something that makes me so happy about picking flowers. I don't know, maybe it's the old flower child in me, but I just love to pick flowers. I find them in themselves are antidepressing, just connecting with the flowers. Pick it, dry it, smoke it, whatever it might be, it's gonna help work with the lungs and heal the lungs that way. This Mullin flower oil is also really helpful for eczema and inflamed skin. Any kind of hemorrhoids or piles or this type of thing, but really that inflamed skin or dry, cracked skin. This is one of the best oils for it. So I'll often add this to my chickweed or calendula oil to help soothe that inflamed response externally on the skin. Some of these plants grow. This one's growing some secondary heads. It's got one of the thickest stalks I've seen, and it's just like, oh, Mullin. There's a lot of chi in this plant. You can tell it's gonna have good medicine by the vigor that it grows with. Personally, this was one of the first plants that really helped me with a deep lung infection that I had, and I grew a lot of respect for it because, you know, I was hacking up a lung, and you know, my mom made me some Mullin tea, and this was one of the best ones that I ever had. Now, it was way better than the horehound tea, I'll tell you that. But of course, that horehound really works too, and so Mullin mixed with horehound and coltsfoot and a little bit of lobelia is one of the classic kind of teas as a remedy for lung and cough. We also add it to some more antispasmodic lung herbs like the blue vervain and the motherwort. Those kind of like lung nerve herbs can be helpful too for that type of cough. I'll take this whole one up the root of mullein was also used as a medicine. Wow. The smell is so strong. The root, though not commonly used nowadays, was often used as a decoction where they'd lightly simmer the root down. That simmered root would then be added with like a cotton cloth or a diaper of some form and patted onto those hemorrhoids and boils and this kind of stuff. But it was also drank for a tea for dropsy and uterus issues, abdominal pain, and also cancer. This was one of those roots that was commonly used for cancer. Now, I don't know where the science is to prove this or provide that, but it is interesting that this was considered one of the stronger parts of the mullein for some of the more deep down issues. And you could try it. In fact, I'm gonna take these roots home and try it because I've never tried mullein root. Good for a lot of people in the modern world because commonly we find ourselves compromising our inner values for an external environment that we find ourselves in. And this is where getting in alignment can be a powerful, powerful health ally. So mullein flower essence is simple. We'll do the same thing I've been doing today, where I'm harvesting these flowers, but then we'll put them into a bowl of distilled water. Cover the surface with the water and allow sun to shine through the water for 4 hours. We'll then pull this off and we'll fix it. And what I mean by fix it is we'll add alcohol to it to fix the energetics. And the energetics of that water are that mother flower essence. Now we take a couple drops of this, put it in another bottle of water, take a couple drops of that, put it in another bottle of water, and that vibrational medicine gets more potent, and then that becomes a wonderful flower essence. Mullein is one of those great ones, but there's so many other herbs that can be worked with in flower essences. And we can make it into a fomentation. There's many other practical ways to work with mullein leaf. In fact, when dried, this was commonly used as a smoking mixture. We even have it in our herbal smoke blend from Harmonic Arts. But the idea is that mullein helps work with lung catarrh and moving that out of the body, helping clear the mucous membranes. Matthew Wood, one of my favorite herbalists, talks a little bit about how this little hair-like protrusions are similar to the cilia or the hair-like protrusions in the lining of the mucous membranes of the lungs. And what happens when we have a dry, hot, irritable cough is that those hairs get all worn down. So there's heat, things like smoking too much, or that kind of heat from a fire, or just that hacking dry cough, that gets worn down. And that's how mullein works in the lungs. Now, of course, this has been used way before his time for all kinds of tuberculosis, bronchitis, and deep lung congestion, working as an analgesic and antimicrobial in the lungs, but also helping with spasm in the lung tissue itself, and helping move out and get clearer, cleaner mucus going and flowing in the body when it's dried up and hacky. So that's one way we'd use it, as a tea that way. But you can also make a tincture with these leaves. Very simple. For making a tea, I tend to take the leaf, dry it out whole, and then I rub it through screens. That way it breaks down into small pieces and I can use the small kind of tea cut as my tea. Really easy to do. This midrib takes a bit of time to dry, so sometimes I just peel it right off the midrib and leave the midrib alone and just take these big, long leaves.
All right, now that we let that steep for about 4 minutes, I'm gonna turn it off. The dope thing about these teas, right? You don't let them boil hard and long. You let them steep. I bring them to a boil, then I just let them steep, like I said, 3-4 minutes, and then boom, I'm serving it up. But these same teas you can use at least 3 to 4 times. The same exact tea. So that's another thing that goes about it. All right, so let me get this out of here. I'm gonna strain this. You know what I'm gonna do? Nah. Yeah. Pour this right in here. Bam. Get all that. I want all of it. All right. Now I'm gonna strain this. Look at all that herbal goodness. Look at all that herbal goodness. You know you can live and survive just off this, literally, in water. If you got a relationship with the Most High God, the God that created this planet, you can survive off herbs or just fruit, things of that nature. Don't need meat. So I'm gonna strain it like so. Bam. Could have added more water, but it's gonna be all right. And I'm not gonna mash down on it. I'm not gonna try and push out, you know what I'm saying, get any extra there. That's it, that came out, that's it. This is for tomorrow. Now, I'm gonna add the spirulina. Bam. A teaspoon. Actually, I could pretty much dump all this in there. Yeah. No. Okay, that's good. I add that with the rest. That smell is hitting. Woo! Smell like I just landed on the shore. All right. And that's it. That's it. Have a cup of this in the morning. Try not to eat when you wake up to not break your fast. Because when you sleep, you're fast and your body's in a state of repairing itself. So when you wake up, keep it in a state of repairing itself. And if you drink coffee black, no sugar, no cream, or teas, herbal teas, no sugar, no none of that nonsense, your body will stay in a fast-like state, burning fat and healing itself of whatever it is you're trying to heal yourself with. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical profession. So I advise you if something's seriously wrong with you, go to your doctor. Go to the hospital. Go let them do what they need to do, x-rays, MRIs and all that stuff. And blood work. And find out what it is and then begin to correct it. But yes, definitely go to your doctor or the hospital. I'm not a licensed professional. I don't practice medicine. I'm just telling you about my experience with herbs and other things I'm gonna show y'all in the future. All right, y'all. This is another episode on Ty's topic. The topic was Mullin, and along with other herbs I just threw in there. And then I'll check y'all later. You know what I'm saying? Be safe, stay blessed, heal, keep yourself healed. You know what I'm saying? Keep yourself in a positive mindset, state, energy. You know what I'm saying? Keep that negativity, that wickedness from around you. And as long as you have that relationship with the Most High God, everything will be all right. You'll constantly be in a state of learning, happiness, healing, just forever learning, giving, like your spirit, it'll become like as him in a sense. But yeah, that's it. I'll check y'all later. All right, let me hold on. Yeah, let me show you how to sip. I'm about to leave y'all, not even give you how to sip. It's hot. Ooh, and it's about right up to here. Oh, you can see it. Yeah, y'all can see it. And I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna go outside, sit on the stoop, and I'm gonna finish my tea. Love y'all. See you later.